Hello, I'd like to tell you about the Compass for Couples relationship exercises that we're going to post on our website, on our YouTube channel, and various other social media platforms. Now, what we're interested in here at Compass is the truth. And there's no denying what the truth is. The truth about relationships is that 80%, depending on which survey you look at, but at least 80% of relationships end up stale and boring. Couples get bored with each other. Fun leaves the building. And that's the truth. And that's the first domino that falls. We need to address that. We need to look at that and say, how does that happen? And when I look at relationship advice, it's geared towards, okay, so people get bored, forget about it, sweep it under the carpet, ignore the red flags, get on with it, and then years later when it becomes intolerable, then they start reading about advice such as date night, or buy a gift that says you care. I don't understand that kind of logic. That's a bit like someone who's been smoking for 20 years and then gets lung cancer. And you're telling that guy, why don't you go ice skating? Get your mind off it. Just do something positive. For a moment, the guy has cancer. And it's because he's been smoking for 20 years. The question to ask is, did someone tell that guy that smoking is really bad for you 20 years ago, 10 years ago, whenever the bad habit started? So what if there are 20, 30 bad habits that are as harmful to relationships as smoking is to health? But we don't say anything about it. We keep it stum. We encourage people to continue to be together. And when is this mentioned? Only years later, when somebody goes to therapy or counseling. No, we need to know about it from minute one. We need to know about it as early as possible. We need to know about that smoking is bad for you, or the equivalent in relationships, when you're single, when you're still in love, when you've just started in a relationship, when things are good and you still want to be together, whenever that is. And that's what these exercises are for. We want these exercises to be a guide for you to gauge your own relationship, to see if it's going slightly off course. And the minute it does, you want to nip it in the butt. Was it butt? Yes, butt. Okay? At that point, you don't want to let it become, years later of pretending. There's too much pretending. There's too much fakeness in relationships. You see couples laughing and they're the picture of happiness when they're socializing. And the minute they're together, back to being functional. No communication, no laughter. And what about the children of such couples? What are they learning? That it's okay to laugh only with others, but when you're alone at home with your supposedly loved one, then it's back to being frictional and functional? No, let's do something about it. Let's do something about it now. And these exercises are exactly that. They're intended to let you gauge your relationship from as early as possible. I'll give you one example. Many people talk about respect being more important than laughter. Wrong. That respect is the alphabet of relationships. If you compare it to language, what alphabet is to language is what respect is to relationships. Knowing the alphabet does not make you Shakespeare, does not bring you poetry. That's something you do at the start. Respect is important at the start. Laughter is the glue. And many other. And these are the gauges that we want to talk about. We want to talk about how do you keep the fun alive? How do you make sure you don't ruin the fun? You don't get into how do you stop it from turning from fun to functional. And it doesn't happen in a day. It doesn't happen overnight. These things happen over a long period of time. So you have a chance, many chances, to turn it around, to say, wait, just a second. Maybe it's true. Maybe these habits are harmful. They are. Let's be aware of them. Let's change things. Let's keep the wonderful gift of love, this gift that we as humans have developed through evolution somehow, the gift of giving and receiving love. Let's enjoy it. Let's cherish it. We all want it. Why kill it? Why make our relationships functional? It stops us from in so many other areas of our lives. And our well-being and our good wishes to others. So that's what these exercises are for. We will talk about these habits. We'll talk about these beliefs that are outdated, that no longer belong in this time of gender equality and freedom of the individual. And we will look at better ways. And we open the debate. Let's start the conversation. Help us. Help us with this conversation. But the one thing I don't want to hear is, we are wrong about the fact that 80% of relationships turn boring and stale. That is true. We are wrong about the fact that 1 in 2 marriages end in divorce. That's true. We are wrong about the fact that the budget for family breakdown support has gone from 1 billion in 2005 to 50 billion in 2016. We're not wrong about that. That's true. But we don't mention it. We just advise people to fix things when things have gone wrong, rather than to do the right things from the start. I hope you enjoyed the exercises. I hope it brings you fun in your relationship. Let's not be afraid to say, yes, of course I want to have fun in my life, not just be correct. Let's stop turning things from fun to functional. Let's keep it at fun. And start the debate. Get in touch with us. Use our online free chat facility. Email us. Comment below the post. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for listening.